Okay. Why drag this out any longer? What's up, guys? Whoa, 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 whoa. What happened here? Okay, I don't know why the layout was so out of position, but you know what? Let's roll with it. How'd it do, guys? Happy summer solstice. Happy Father's Day. Happy... I think it's just those two things, actually. What's up? Well, guys. On top of... Actually, no. You know what? Why do I beat around the bush? TLDR, we're back on the regular schedule, starting stream. Okay, I don't know why. I will say this. Why do people keep asking me, oh, why are you starting stream so early? I've made it very clear for the past several weeks now. We're starting at noon, guys. Like, why are people still surprised? It's really aggravating when people keep asking the same questions. And you can just look back at the beginning of the VODs and answer those for yourselves. Anyways, here we are. Usual 3 hours, and I will say this though, guys, since we are, even despite the fact that we're done with Among Us, like the thing about the screen sharing on Discord, okay, I lost my train of thought there. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, we finished Among Us yesterday on the Discord, and my plan is to basically react to whatever I want to watch that's available on streaming platforms, i.e. a couple Gravity Falls episodes that I'm gonna do for review, that I want to watch for the sake of video reviews, and secondly, a couple Loud House episodes that are actually available on the Mexican Paramount Plus that I haven't seen for myself yet. But that's gonna have to wait until next week, because as soon as we're done with stream today, guys, I'm basically just gonna grab lunch real quick, freshen up, and go watch Toy Story 5. Just for the sake of, well, not just for the sake of the channel, just because I'm really interested in the movie, relatively speaking. But alright, guys. Can I replace the Y counter stream? Oh gosh, Swamp, you're right. Okay, can I do it here on the spot? Okay, you know what? Hopefully I can keep you guys distracted with just my banter until I can get it done, but let me see. Where is it? Like, that's the thing though. I gotta download the image, I gotta remove the background, it gets a little complicated, but I think I can pull it off here. I'm not making any promises here. I'm not making any promises though. Give me a moment, Swamp. Because yeah, I'd say this new one is definitely an improvement. I'll tell you that much. Just give me a moment. Let's see. Let's call it new ycounter.png. Remove the background. Actually, you guys, there's no reason you guys can't see the process. Hold on, give me a moment. Give me a moment to put the Chrome tab. Window. There you go. So TLDR, I take a screenshot of the artwork. I open up remove.bg. Does it get saved to my downloads? It does. I'm just hoping it actually removes it properly. Okay, it did. Wow. Okay. It works. Now you put it on OBS. Let me just make sure I'm doing this properly, because like I said, guys, one slip up and then I gotta do everything from scratch. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. Like, that's the thing, Swamp, that I've noticed when you upload art on the Discord. It still has a background on it, so it makes things a little awkward when I try to put it on the layout. Because I need it as a transparent PNG, otherwise it's not gonna work. But we pulled it off. But here we are, guys, and in terms of... Okay, I just realized I need to turn off the playback of the VOD. No wonder the stream is lagging like crazy. But alright, guys, I think we're gonna continue where we left off yesterday and keep watching Alex Myers' reviews of the Toy Story movies, if nothing else, because I really got nothing else on cue, man. It's really all I can tell you guys, but you know what? Just to be safe, let me pull out... Oh, apparently there's a lot on the media tab. Aw, wait, hold on, this is cute. Okay, this is actually really cute. Hold on. Okay, you know what? That's a like. I really wish you would give proper credit, Swamp, because I'm pretty sure you didn't draw this. Or at least I'm under that impression. Let's see. Oh, okay, there's a lot on the media tab. Hold on. A lot of it is just banter between you guys, if you can even call it that. Oh, what are these? These are cute. You know what? Let's stick to the bottom of the list, just for the sake of saving time. Hey, Pixel. No, you know what, guys? Where are my manners? Donde están mis modales? Why am I speaking Spanish? I don't know. Hello, Swamp. Hello, Tails. Hello, Red. Hello, Pixel. Hello, Official. And I want to believe that's everybody from who's talking. Oh, wait, no. Hello, Dodo. Okay, that's everybody who's actually speaking in chat. So with that being said, you know what? I'm actually curious about this. So let's see how long the video is. 17 minutes. Okay, how long is the other one? 15 minutes. Okay, you know what, guys? Let's establish a ground rule here. One video per franchise. One video per franchise per stream. How about that? I want to believe that's a fair rule, but or maybe it's just my OCD talking, if you can even call it that. But all right. With that being said, sure, let's take a look at this, because honestly, I can't be the only one who has a lot of gripes with so many unresolved plot points in this freaking Digital Circus, guys. So, you know what? Let's take a look at it. Every unresolved plot point in the Digital Circus by ALMA. Oh, okay, you know what? He has got 1 million subs, so why am I questioning it?
So episode 9 of the Digital Circus is finally out on YouTube. Since it first debuted in theaters as the last act, one of the main problems fans have with it is that there's a lot of unexplored plot points.
Yep.
I've been making videos on the show since the pilot, so I've seen and talked about hundreds of ideas and theories that fans have had and developed throughout the show's runtime.
Really? In the span of just 9 episodes? Alright, go off, King, I suppose.
However, by the time the credits rolled in episode 9, most of these mysteries just weren't expanded upon. This was likely just down to the strict number of episodes and the pacing, but
Really? Because from what I've seen in interviews, it seemed like Glitch was pretty flexible in giving Gooseworks as much screen time, as much production as she needed for episodes. But I don't know, maybe I'm just talking out of my butt.
I wanted to make a video specifically going over all the things that were hinted upon or teased throughout the show, and then just didn't get resolved in the end. I hope you enjoy. So let's start off with the past abstracted humans. Throughout the show, we see on the doors that there's a bunch of previous humans who abstracted.
Wait, was that since the first episode? Hold on. You know what, guys? I'm not gonna lie. As many problems as I might have had with the replay bit with the ending as a whole, I will say this. It does encourage a lot of replayability with the previous episodes.
Subtracted humans. Throughout the show, we see on the doors.
Yeah, there's a door for. We don't even know who that is. There's a door for Scratch. There's a. Was that really? Did not know that was in the first episode.
There's a bunch of previous humans who abstracted. There's 12 in total, and in 9, Jack subtracts, making it 13. The main 3 that are specifically named in the show are Scratch, Queenie, Ribbit, and Kaufmo. In 8, we see the original group of humans during the flashback.
I'm guessing all members of CNA. Well, not really members, workers, if that's how you want to put it.
So the episode came out over on Twitter. One of the character designers revealed the names of the humans from that scene. And
okay, in the grand scheme of things, do we really care though?
They're Wormo, Bizco, Ratty, and Spike. We
Who?
also see those humans again on the mural that the characters create in episode 9. So right off the bat, there's 4 humans.
Looking back at it, guys, you know what? No, I've said enough. I think I've said enough about Jax to last a lifetime. Unless I plan on making a video on it, I'm gonna shut up about it for now. Because seriously, screw Jax. He can choke and die, which he did. Which he basically did.
That don't get explored at all.
Hello, Teutonic. Hello, Jorge.
The frowning clown, the oyster, and the green-skinned character. They aren't ever named, nor do we see their full designs in the show.
Nor do we have a reason to care, to be honest.
Even weirder is that they don't show up in the mural. Based on the timeline of events, these 4 appeared after Ragatha joined in 2008, but they abstracted before Jack shows up.
Makes you wonder why they were ever even mentioned in the first place, or let alone implied.
Basically just forgotten about these 4 characters, which really sucks.
That's one.
Put forward the idea that they abstracted so quickly that the cast didn't get to know them.
That's all it took? Really? Okay, yeah, I guess when you think about it, guys, being trapped in a digital world with no means to leave, I guess it would drive you a little crazy, but it definitely feels exaggerated if that really is the context.
Or that they didn't get named, but that just wasn't very satisfying.
Yeah, Pixel, that's another one. Why did Queenie abstract? What led to it? Who knows? We never find out. One moment, we know she's Kinger's wife, the next, dead. Basically dead.
Kian does the naming process right as the characters join, so they would have names. It's also peculiar because when Jack shows up, the circus is in the best state it's ever been in.
Really? You know what, come to think of it, you're right. It's just those 4 when Jax came along. Not that we really found out when or how he wound up in the circus. Like, after running away from home, presumably killing his mom, he just came across a C&A computer and got his brain scanned? Like, I'm telling you, man, so much unfinished business.
All the characters are friends with each other and genuinely love the circus. But once Jax becomes toxic, things spiral. However, there were 4 more humans after Ragatha that showed up and abstracted. If that was the case, things wouldn't be so cheery and upbeat. It genuinely feels like they forgot about these 4 characters and retconned it out. Perhaps the idea that they were going for is that Queenie was the last abstraction, but things improved until Ribbit abstracted.
Ultimately, those 4 characters, whatever the heck their names were, we didn't need them. You could cut him out of the plot, which they practically did, and nothing would change.
However, like I said, missing out on 4 humans just causes the narrative to spin its wheels. It's very odd. Next up is Scratch.
You know the worst thing I heard, which was sudden? Your friend told you that Gooseworks confirmed the theories people that have Jax's Yeah, I will say this though, guys. You know, I think at some point we're gonna rewatch the movie bit by bit, because if you pay attention, like, Gooseworks can say whatever you want, but the truth of the narrative is, no, Jax is not. Jax is not transgender. By the end of the movie, we see what his uniform has been up to. Still a guy, still has a perfectly functional social circle, still got a job. Even with everything laid out for him, he still stayed a guy. So what the frick is Gooseworks on about? I don't know. I legitimately don't know. Dare I say it's blatant delusion? I'll leave it at that.
He was probably one of the characters fans were most excited to meet, alongside Ribbit and Kaufmo. His surname was teased earlier.
Eric, I stream every weekend. What do you mean, dude?
In the Dobby Dog hot dog item on the Spudsies website, and he was named by Kinger in 7. He appeared during the flashback at the start, and we see him again.
You have to wonder how they really come up with these names in the first place. Like, okay, I get it. With Pomni, we know it was like basically randomized with a 5-character limit for some reason, and then the rest of them? Who knows?
9 when Kane is in the flashback sequence. Scratch's character was essentially wasted. He was equal to Kinger in programming skill. Those 2 were essentially the minds behind the AI. His brain tumor is what caused him to create the whole mind file scanning VR headset in the first place. But we don't
I have, Ivan, but I know little to nothing about it. I'll tell you that much.
Find out anything more about him. From the way Kinger mentioned Scratch in 7, it's like Kane messed with his mind files, causing him to abstract. He reacts in a way that comes across as embarrassed or concerned.
Yeah, come to think of it, why did he even mention that at the end of the 7th episode? Scratch, the first abstraction. That really goes nowhere the more I think about it. It really makes me wonder if is it just a line from a cut storyline? Like, I am just so confused the more I think about this, guys. And not in a fun way.
And, like, he's aware that he did something bad and regrets it. But this is just a fan theory. We don't get a concrete answer, which really sucks.
Eric, I have no idea what Dragonheart is. Why would I care?
The scene that takes place in both the past and present with Kane was structured really poorly. Myself and most fans initially thought that Kane brought back Scratch and was using the mind files to bring back all the abstracted humans.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, they're just copies. It's not too ethically questionable to take the abstracted forms for granted. But I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, I will say this though, guys. On my first viewing of the movie, at least in theaters, like, I don't know if it was a mistranslation or the dialogue was just that sloppy upon translation, but I did not pick up on the fact that they were all just brain scans. They were all just NPC copies of the person they're based on.
But no, that's not what he did. It was just a scene from the past which wasn't articulated properly. Scratch's story
apparently.
The first abstraction.
Or another theory running around is that he made a completely separate circus and threw Scratch in there alone? Like, I don't know, man. It's way too ambiguous to be compelling. And the worst part is people are going to say, oh, that's just part of the nuance. Like, get out of my face.
Could have been a fantastic way to shape the show's narrative. The characters now are used to people.
Like, it's crazy how they spent all 8 episodes worth of world building and they just completely deconstructed it by the time of the finale. Just because, hey, Jax is worth being sympathizing over, which he definitely wasn't.
Distracting. But Scratch going insane was the first time it happened. You can imagine the terror and confusion from everyone. It would have been awesome. On a similar vein to Scratch, the mind files...
Like, I'm telling you, man, the narrative overall was just too fixated on symbolism to give a crap about too fixated on symbolism and therapy speak to give a crap about an actual cohesive story.
Don't receive much elaboration or context. Kinger talks about how small they were and Kane found them and got them working again, which is why the humans were added to the circus. In the scene with Kane aura farming up the stairs, he opens the mind files and there's 10 of them. But why is there 10? There were 7 humans in the original cast.
I thought it was 6 though. You know what? Never mind. You know what? If they're not gonna concern themselves much with continuity, then why should I?
10. If we include the 4 unnamed humans, that makes it 11, but those don't count anyway because they joined after Ragatha. Maybe 3 of these prototypes were glitched or badly scanned, so Kane wasn't able to transfer them into the game properly, but this just isn't conveyed at all.
Yeah. Again, doesn't ever get addressed again either.
It genuinely comes across as a plot hole. It's bizarre. Carrying on, Kane just reappears in the void. We don't find out how the deletion worked.
Yeah, Okay, one theory I've seen, which I'm kind of down for, is the idea that the void is basically just the trash can, the recycling bin of this digital world, which I don't hate that idea, but I really wish there was some sort of implication.
It can be assumed that the void acts like a recycling bin, so when he was deleted, he was teleported there.
Yeah, ultimately, it's all just delusional headcanon, Teutonic, because there's no real clarification, and I don't think Gooseworks is going to care to clarify it, or bother with the world building within the world, because show's over. It's too late. Everything she says now, it's basically just homework for any lore junkie out there.
But it's just not illustrated that way in the show. I don't actually mind Kane returning. The little moments at the end where he becomes one of the cast members was extremely cute and endearing.
I guess, but it just doesn't feel, ultimately, it just did none of it felt earned. Like, yeah, I can compliment the soundtrack and especially the remix of the main theme at the end, but ultimately, it all just felt so rushed, which is really saying something. They had a whole hour movie to wrap things up, and half of it is about frickin' Jax. Why? Well, we already know why. We know he's basically Gooseworks' OC. Her self-insert OC or whatever.
Him randomly surviving the events of episode 8 caused that episode to fall flat now. All of the tension is lost. It basically amounted to nothing. Perhaps Jax would have acted differently if he had known that Kane was still around. He was the only one to be...
Like, there's a fine line between subtlety and just flat-out complete lack of information. This is just lack of information.
Be upset at Kinger for deleting Kane. That's just a theory, though. This one is quite huge. The Blue AI. The Blue AI, who fans called Abel, was an important plot point, especially after 8.
Then it turns out, oh, he's the evil one, even though Kane's the one who killed him and absorbed him and basically took his own initiative that caused this whole mess. Oh yeah, no, the blue one being in his head, that's what made him evil. Totally bullcrap.
During 9, we see Kane remove him and he treats him like a peer before tossing him into the void. Hey, so...
Wait, what meme tails? Hold on, what do you mean? I'm guessing you posted it in memes? Oh my gosh, the fact that you put theorists on the... Okay, this is good. Sure, I'll give it another Cortex, because why not?
Editor Adamau here. Originally, I said that the orb Kane puts in the display at the end was the Blue AI. I think 99% of fans...
I thought it was living in his head, though, so what is this?
Came to the same conclusion, but Alex Rockon revealed over on Blue Sky today that this was one of...
That's not the Blue AI, it's one of Kane's world orbs. Wait, what would the voice actor know about this? I guess they do let him in on a couple things.
Kane's world orbs. Like, it's good that Alex cleared this up, but this...
Why is it the voice actor of all people?
This is just an intrinsic problem with TADC. They keep having to reveal things on Blue Sky or Tumblr because...
Yeah. What's the point of having the show in the first place if you're just gonna botch half of the world building and then give the audience homework? Just... Why? Just, you know what, I may as well add that to the counter, because why why this, why that, why everything? How many whys was that? I think that was 5? You know what?
The show itself doesn't illustrate things properly. Like, we don't know what world that is either, it's just in there for no reason. So yeah, sorry, I just had to come in to clarify that.
Yeah, apparently, you know what, I don't blame you, man. There's just... Unfinished business would be an understatement when it comes to this franchise, quote-unquote.
His conflicting and irrational personality was caused when he merged with the Blue AI. This just feels a little unearned. It reduces a lot of his past actions.
And then in the movie is like, the only reason he's having these conflicted emotions, why he's being such a prick, is because he absorbed the Blue AI.
Just simply removing that and saying he's...
As if Kane wasn't the one who was inherently flawed and basically committed his own demise, ultimately. But then again, what demise? Because he's not dead, he's just in the void. Every single time I try, and no matter what angle I look at this finale from, there's just so many inherent problems. It's kind of frustrating.
We never find out the true purpose of the Blue AI, or why it didn't have a physical form like Kane did. Did it have...
That's the thing though, Teutonic. Gravity Falls in particular, it left a couple elements open-ended, like how did Time Baby take over the world, blah blah blah. But that's the thing. All of those unfinished elements, they ultimately did not contribute to the story's conclusion. The main story, stopping Weird Mageddon, stopping Bill Cipher and whatnot, letting the kids go home for the summer, the twins' birthday. None of that ultimately affected the outcome of the main story, which I can appreciate. That you know what, I encourage it when fans can have fun with those kinds of ideas.
Memories or personality, we don't know and never will know. It was really cool to see fans theorize that Bubble was the Blue AI, or that the Blue AI would take back control of the circus.
Or the remnants of it, apparently. But, guys, if you haven't seen the movie yet, if you can even call it a movie, it's not even an hour long. Bubble has absolutely zero appearances in episode 9. I'm just full warning you. If you haven't seen it yet, which is it's been legally available for everyone since Friday, guys. Yep, that's how it goes.
But unfortunately, those don't come to fruition. Kane also says that he's less powerful without the Blue AI, but we don't see that illustrated on screen either. He appears basically as powerful as before.
Yeah. He can still conjure, he can still create. Like, how did the Blue AI play a difference in his literal world building? We don't know. We don't freaking know.
Abstraction is one of the coolest things about the digital circus. From the way the show presents it, when a human goes insane or gives up, they abstract and become In 8, we see Jax nearly abstract, going through a dreamlike sequence. In 9,
okay, to be fair though, that sequence, before we knew what we knew about Jax, I thought it was kind of entertaining. And although that's ultimately up to personal preference, some would say it's a waste of time, and I don't blame them.
He abstracts off screen. This happens for Ribbit and Kaufmo as well.
For basically everybody. Because, suicide allegory. Who cares about world building when we can just pander to the lowest common denominator and turn the show into another therapy session?
Also abstract off screen. Queenie too. This genuinely really sucks. Abstraction is such an amazing concept.
Yeah, a pretty fascinating one at that.
2, we got hints about it with Pomni's dream. It's like a virus taking over your body, but the show doesn't ever develop upon it. The merchandise also follows this.
Yeah, even the merchandise too. Why? What's the point of making on one hand, oh, it's supposed to be a suicide allegory. You're not supposed to see it coming. Then why are you making it a big selling point in your merchandise? Yeah, so much for the symbolism, I guess.
Over by the abstraction eyes. Like I said, it's like a virus that overtakes you. It would have been so cool to see this happen on screen.
No, Void. I think we just should have had different priorities when it comes to the narrative and the writing. Half of this movie did not need to be about Jax. I'll tell you that much.
And perhaps see the
just to start, just as a start.
Characters realize what's happening to them and trying to stop it before it's too late.
Like ultimately, with how underwhelming, I'm telling you, man. I've said this once and I'll say it again. It's Game of Thrones and The Boys all over again. Really had me at the start, but you really lost me by the time of the finale.
A bit like Jax.
But the thing is about this show in particular, every episode, oh wow, good cliffhanger. Wow, that was actually really sad. Wow, that was actually really heartfelt for the most part. And then by the finale, you completely lost me.
9. But unfortunately, they all abstract off screen, and they all resemble the same exact model. It also doesn't make a whole lot of sense that Kane can't just bring people back from abstraction. They're mind files.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible for him to just bring
If they're ultimately just mind files / NPCs, what's stopping him from altering them? After being in the system for so long, you'd think he'd be able to figure something out. He's a creative AI, isn't he?
Them back using their original.
But no, by the end, guys, everyone who ever abstracted, they just get thrown into, oh wow, instead of being dumped into a cellar, they just get thrown into a makeshift aquarium or something. It's really glossed over to where it's actually really frustrating.
No code or something like that. Next is the low poly art style. This is a personal favorite theory of mine, but it's not the sort this game looks like it does in the intro. It's this low poly sort of aesthetic, which makes sense considering it's from the 90s. We see this aesthetic in the pilot intro during.
But then it hits you guys. You know what? Never mind.
Kane's song in it, and again in the intro for 9, but that's it.
Ultimately, I thought it would actually mean something, but then you think about it, guys. Is this game really even a game? Because how the heck do you control Pomni while she's exploring the mansion or interacting with Gummy Goo or whatever? Like, what the heck was going... If they're all just NPCs, then how is this a game? I guess from the perspective of being created by an AI, maybe there just isn't anything to work off of anyways.
Maybe as the game grows and expands, the graphics deteriorate. I always like the idea that the
Yeah, Eric, I'm gonna be honest, corruption in Steven Universe was equally ridiculous now that I think about it.
actual game looked low poly, but it looks HD to the humans because they're used to it. This would explain.
Like, again, I said it once and I'll say it again. Creators like Gooseworks, creators like Rebecca Sugar, they're so caught up in the symbolism that they completely disregard the concept of a cohesive narrative.
Why the graphics
or good storytelling.
Pomni had just
Shit happens when you get so fixated on identity politics, which these two creators are definitely known for.
joined, so the shading and lighting was primitive. But by the end, she's been in there for months and it looks pristine. The entire low poly aesthetic just feels underutilized.
Yeah.
It's used for an
just once in the opening and that's it. And I guess the fishes too? But again, since they're NPCs, how did the... I don't know, man.
Sure, twice and that's it. What a shame. Bubble is a big one. He was a recurring character right from the original teasers of the show. He vanished in 8, and in 9 he's just floating in the void with Kane, but we never found out what his motives were, or if it was him messing with Kinger's PC in 8. It's just assumed that he was Kane's thought bubble, but that's just a fan theory. It was also popular to theorize that he was the Bubble Boy virus.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Yeah, all that time, basically going into Jax's mind, learning his backstory, grasping everything about him, but no, I guess he's just gonna permanently stay abstracted.
But that didn't come to fruition either. That theory was so cool, it's a shame it wasn't real. Kane makes a bubble-shaped cookie in the end credits of 9, which is cute.
Huh. So, wait a minute. If Kane is fine, then I guess since he got rid of Abel, Bubble went down with it. But it's really glossed over a little too quickly.
But it's just frustrating to not find out what happened with Bubble. Such a fan-favorite character who disappeared with no fanfare or a solid conclusion. Kaufmo is one of the most theorized characters.
Yeah, Eric, don't even get me started on freaking Fusion. And the fact that Sugar outright admitted it's an allegory for intimacy, quote unquote.
In the show, I remember when the pilot came out and there were fan theories about him that got millions.
Wait, come to think of it, if Steven is able to fuse with the... Never mind. Nope. I'm not opening that whole can of worms.
Of views. As his room suggests, he was the first character to really become fearful of...
Bro, Teutonic, he only has like two lines worth of screen time.
Kane. He was scared.
Okay, I get that he's voiced by Charlie from Smiling Friends, but calm down, bro.
Him and saw him as an antagonist. In
more power to you, I guess.
9, we finally meet him and hear his voice, but his abstraction again just happens quickly in a few scenes and
yeah. One moment, Jax, I found a way to get out. Jax is being a jerk. Next time we see him, at least in the timeline, he abstracts. Obsessed with the exit, we don't know how, we don't see his psyche, we don't understand exactly how it happened, but next time we see him, he's already gone.
Jax tells him to go be crazy in his room. Why did he...
Pixel, I really do want... That's the thing. If you're gonna rip off... One, you're ripping off Dragon Ball. Like, I'm not saying Dragon Ball is a classic, but taking inspiration from him, from that franchise in particular... It's a pretty big cliche, especially in Western animation. Secondly, you could have just left it at that. Why did it need to be an allegory for, you know what? Why did we need to take this to an extreme? You know what? Why am I not surprised? Dare I say it, guys? Like, you know what? I've more or less made my point already. When you get too caught up in identity politics and you're a filmmaker or any sort of creator, things are bound to go wrong.
Start to see the doors. What was it exactly that caused him to abstract? Did he conjure doors and end up in the void, which caused him to go insane? We have no idea.
Who knows? Who freaking knows?
Because of the way that
we know Jax was a jerk to him, but it didn't really last. Why did I get why Kaufmo grew to dislike Jax because of the way he treated Ribbit ultimately. Still his fault, by the way. Like, I don't know why they were under the impression that... Okay, maybe I was being misled. Maybe this narrative was ultimately going for something different. Not that it wasn't anything stupid. But for 8 episodes, guys, I was really holding out the hope that, what did Ribbit do to Jax that he turned out to be such a jerk? Was he always like this? And then it turns out it was the other way around. Jax was being a jerk to Ribbit. Jax was being a jerk to Kaufmo. Jax was being a jerk to everybody. All because, oh, my mommy is a jerk. I don't know what love is. My brother in Christ, you were a freaking adult by the time it happened. You got no excuse. Break the cycle. Get over yourself, for goodness sake. Gosh, man. And people want to say, oh, that just makes him more complex. Bull freaking crap. At a certain point, you gotta think there's a certain bare minimum.
Pacing works and the loaded storyline, Ribbit's character development flies in and happens over the course of 5 minutes. We learn about her backstory, and then Jax turns on her and she abstracts because Jax isolates her from the group.
Like, he had such a perfectly psychologically functional opportunity to move on from this cycle of misery with his parents and whatnot. Because Ribbit gave him the chance. She told him, hey, if the cops haven't found you yet, you're probably fine. Hey, your secret's safe with me. Like, she was being completely earnest. He had no reason to think otherwise. Even with Kaufmo interrupting them, or I forgot exactly how it went down, but he just completely out of nowhere, after such a heartfelt moment, decided, no, screw you. I want you to die. I hate you. Stay away from me. It makes no sense, even for such a conflicted shut-in like him. Actually, that's putting a little that's a really vague way to describe him, but y'all know what I mean.
Great. What did her and Kaufmo look like as humans? What did they get up to?
Who knows?
How did they end up in the circus? They had
Who knows?
A dynamic that was clearly close, but that seemingly goes out the window because of Jax. They just stopped communicating for no reason. And
because all Jax this, Jax that, Jax freaking everywhere, man. Literally in the poster of the movie, half of it is just Jax allegories.
Ribbit abstracts. I'm genuinely surprised that Ribbit and Kaufmo didn't get their own slides at the end.
Probably not, Eric. Probably not, because, like I said, like Gooseworks outright admitted, oh, Jax is I relate Jax to Jax the most. He's basically my OC. Very telling. Very telling. It's all. I'll leave it at that because I don't want to get political about it.
Especially when Kinger, Ragatha, and Gangle knew them. Their existence in the show is basically exclusively to build Jax up, and then they're discarded. It's a shame.
And then just do a complete 180 on whatever attempt at a character there was.
Shame. Mind control is another recurring plot point throughout the show.
Like, if Ribbit was the one that eventually stabbed him in the back or did something against him, I could actually understand why Jax is the way he is. And I would actually feel bad for him. I would actually be like, wow, he's such a sympathetic character. That would be a cautionary tale done right. But again, people like Gooseworks, people like Sugar, they're just different for the sake of being different, even at the cost of a functional story.
Kane lies to the cast multiple times. He has the ability to do whatever he wants to the cast. We see how this impacts Jax. He starts to distrust Kane because his mind gets messed with during the adventures. Like I said earlier,
like, for 8 whole episodes, 2.5 freaking years, guys, or however long it actually was, I thought to myself, okay, Jax is a jerk, but you know what? If it's going for a cohesive and overarching narrative, I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe he has a reason for being the way he is, but the opposite happened.
Earlier, Kinger plants the seed that Kane messed with Scratch's mind, causing him to abstract. Kane also messes with their minds during running the show, and at the end when he gives them nightmares relating to their traumas. This plot point ends up going nowhere. Moving on, none of the cast can remember their names. This is another plot point that runs central throughout the show. It's one of the most theorized things. In 9, we finally...
But then again, how are you supposed... Why would they theorize about the names, of all things? It's not like you can just pick a name out of a hat and it turns out you'd be right. Like,
we learn the characters' names and what their real-life counterparts get up to. But why exactly did Kane hide their names? We never find out.
Yeah. Why did he bother to just not... I guess just so they can fit in better with the world, but it's just them 6 and a bunch of NPCs. But then again, they're also NPCs too, so... Okay. Yeah, the more I pause, the more frustrated I get.
He lets them pick their own names in-game or generates them one, but we don't know why he went out of his way to hide that information.
Yeah, Train already... Eric, I think the best way to interpret that metaphor is that the truck crashed, so let's just loot it. Just loot it and take what you can get. Because that feels like the fans' mentality.
From everyone. You could put forward the idea that...
Oh gosh, don't get me started on the fact that they use freaking Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. A song about a man completely infatuated with his newborn daughter, turned into a pity party for a misogynist and a killer and a murderer who provoked 2 suicides. Yeah, great storytelling there, Gooseworks. Telling you, man, that's genuinely such a sickening prospect. The more I think about it.
That's a problem with the mind files, but that isn't explicitly stated anywhere. Similarly, Kane doesn't like mixing AI with humans, but we don't...
Every other character seemed like genuinely decent or good people, so Jax... Yeah, exactly, Pixel. They're all just there to survive, so they were all earnestly looking out for one another. And I don't know why that... It really makes you wonder. Remember in episode 8? The 8th episode, Pomni is like, We've all made some mistakes. No, the frick you haven't. It's just Jax. It's all freaking Jax.
Don't find out why that's the case.
Gosh.
He has the power to create basically duplicate copies of the humans. He created the evil versions during 5, but they do nothing with this ability. He also reuses parts of the human's likeness, like the Dobby Dog in 4 and Kaufmo Tire in 5. It would be an amazing horror set piece to have Kane create.
Yeah, Tails, that's just part of the problem. Most people don't know. Most of the show's audience probably doesn't even know who Stevie Wonder is.
A duplicate copy of one of the humans, or maybe bring back one of the abducted as an AI copy.
Swamp, yeah, we're delving into the. We're really seeing how deep the rabbit hole goes. I'll tell you that much.
You can imagine the terror this would cause. The characters would second guess themselves. However, this plot point was basically killed off Spawn for no reason by Gooseworks. She explicitly said that they were all humans quite early into the show for some reason.
Wait, really?
She explicitly.
They're all just souls trapped in the digital world? Then what's the... Bro, Gooseworks is just improvising this plot as they go. Isn't she? Isn't she?
They said that they were all humans quite early into the show for some reason.
Except until the finale where they completely contradict that. Great. Literally within the first 2 minutes, guys.
There were so many different routes they could have gone with this idea, but they didn't. Why does Kinger only become lucid in the dark? So once again, this is another plot.
Okay, we know that at least.
A point that has been around since the pilot. Kinger is lucid in the dark, but is basically crazy in the light.
Yeah. Just because... I mean, I don't hate that idea, to be honest. I never did. He's basically functional because it reminds him of when he was able to interact with his wife after she abstracted. I don't hate that.
We never do find out why he acts like this. I always liked the idea that it was a deep...
yeah, we do. Wasn't it on the 3rd episode, or am I missing something? I guess he wants a bigger explanation as to why.
Debuff placed upon him by Kane, since Kinger made Kane like a punishment.
Erica, I thought it made no freaking sense. Like, it was already obnoxious enough where people were basically headcanoning it. Guys, let me put it this way. When a girl you like, who clearly is into you as well, puts one of her hair accessories on your head, that's just a harmless... that's just usually a genuine gesture of affection. Like, seriously, I've seen girls put flower crowns on their boyfriends' heads. Like, it's just a really harmless gesture of affection. All those dads who... basically let their daughters put makeovers on them. Oh gosh, my earbuds got tangled. Give me a moment, guys. I don't know where this whole headcanon theory that Jax, like, initially that was my impression as well, but then the more I thought about it, yeah, no, Jax is in trance. By the end of the episode, he's still a guy. His human form is still a guy, living his best life, minding his own business, and basically got his whole act together. But then Gooseworks just said, no, screw that, he's trans anyway. So, where are we going with this? Was that just a alternate universe? Because, I don't know. I don't freaking know, man. It's so hard to keep up with all the bullcrap.
Or it was caused by Kane messing with his head, but that's not the case. You'd also expect Kane and Kinger to have more dialogue with each other. Kinger was Kane's creator, and Kane knows this, but we don't see them ever bring it up in the show.
Yeah, just that Kane holds him in some contempt, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Other than just, hey, torturing him a little bit in the 8th episode.
Most we get is the "Where's Kinger" line, which is really cool, but that's it. The point at which Kinger likely would have gone crazy was once Queenie abstracted, during the time before Ragatha shows up.
More or less.
Once Ragatha
I guess that's how it went down.
Here's Kinger is completely lucid, so...
Apparently, paper dud. Like, when I saw the interaction in theaters of Ribbit just putting the bow on his head and hearing "Isn't She Lovely" with that whole montage with Pomni, it came off as more so just romance. Just Pomni more or less being a new love interest for Jax and his redemption for after what he did to Ribbit. Which after that, I would have understood. I would have understood why the way he was, or at the very least it'd be more nuance in the process, but nope. He's just stays a jerk, he dies a jerk. Because apparently that has nuance in of itself, or at least that's what the fandom will try to tell you.
Based off the story, he goes crazy after Ragatha shows up and before Pomni appears. What?
Am I standing too close to the mic, guys? I've come to notice in a couple of odds that the mic has definitely been popping because I'm speaking a little too aggressively.
Just makes no sense. They didn't lay this out properly at all.
No, they really didn't. There's just... crazy how in just one episode, I know it's twice as long than the other ones, but In just half an episode, all the world building, all the consistency with the characters, all the continuity completely undone just to pander to just to pander to the just to make some half-assed transgender allegory, or maybe not so much allegory anymore. I don't know what the frick is going on, but they completely botched it. You thought it was my accent? Really? Tails, no, that's just me speaking a little too close to the mic. Although you could argue, no, you know what, let me put it this way, Tails. This would be an accent. This would be a common, but surprisingly typical, Mexican Spanish accent. Seriously, guys, I've been speaking English since I was in kindergarten. I do not have an accent whatsoever, which is really surprises a lot of people. Like every time I'm in Cali or New Mexico or freaking Arizona, people will ask me, especially because I'm not that dark skinned compared to other Mexicans, people ask me, wait, you're Mexican? You speak Spanish? Like, it really throws people off. Like, it's crazy how easily I can pass off as a white guy.
Unrealistic for nobody else to have noticed that Kinger is lucid in the dark. He is never seen in his room and spends all his time in the pillow fort. Surely somebody would have noticed.
Yeah.
The void was pretty important in the pilot, and then nothing was done with it.
It's just where Kane happened to go, and where all the abandoned brain scan files were and whatnot, but... wait, where's he going with this, though? I thought the void was important enough.
Was it the recycling bin? Was it just a default area or background in the game?
I guess you just have to jump to the conclusion that it is the recycling bin.
We don't know. From the pilot, it's inferred that you go crazy from going into the void, but they...
Huh. And somehow that didn't apply to Kane? That's convenient.
Don't do anything with the concept.
Or the all-seeing eyes, either.
It's quite scary to have this giant liminal space outside the map that if you fall into...
Like, as the show goes on, guys, it really starts to hit me. All of these concepts, they were more so just one-off jokes and something that actually plays a part in the lore. It's just lore for the sake of being lore, if that makes any sense.
You basically die or get stuck in, like in a video game. There's plenty of neat ideas to incorporate the void. Like maybe someone falls in there and gets stuck or something. C and A. So this is the last of the big plot points that are unexplored. The next three after are quite small. But C and A gets no elaboration at all in the finale.
Yeah. What happened to the CNA building? How did each individual member wound up in the circus, putting on the headset and getting brain scanned? For the most part, we don't know. Ragatha? Who knows? Jax? We know he was running away from home and ended up homeless, but how did he wound up with CNA? Who knows? Gangle? Who knows? Zubul? Who knows? Pomni? We got a little bit of information, but it's still not made very clear. Like, she was exploring an abandoned building, but that's it.
Again, it was one of the biggest things people theorized about since the pilot, and they did nothing with the idea. We learned that it was an artificial intelligence company that made Kane and the Blue AI, and then Kane reuses...
I love the fact that he said Blue AI, but the captions just said Bubbly AI. What a coincidence.
Details about it in the circus, but that's it. We know that it's an abandoned location.
Yeah, and maybe I would say the soundtrack outside of the gratuitous Stevie Wonder song, I thought the soundtrack was pretty good, Paper Dud.
But we don't find out the fate of the company. We don't know what its ultimate goal was, or what happened, or why it fell apart. The fact that there's just a
like, yeah, maybe the little bell in her hat, her glove, like any accessory, whether it's catered towards females or not, it would have been equal. It's easy to interpret that in a romantic context.
Peter sitting in an abandoned...
But again, Gooseworks, just different for the sake of being different, and a lot of the fandom apparently sells out to that mentality just to stroke their own... You know what? Let me put it this way. Remember that one line from Pomni in the 8th episode? You care more about stroking your own ego than giving us something we'd actually enjoy. It's basically that. It's honestly crazy how little self-awareness Goose had overall. At least with a line like that.
Somehow still has power 20 years later isn't...
And again, that's a big problem with a lot of Hollywood creators nowadays, even in this case indie. Both, really. Just the industry as a whole, man. And really any subsidiaries.
There's a chance that someone else could put on the headset and end up inside the game, but that idea isn't utilized.
Like, it's crazy. Like, the thing about the soundtrack that really got me, it's just... I don't know, guys. Y'all already know I'm a sucker for when a leitmotif plays in the finale of a show. And it's actually more grandiose or orchestral than it usually is. Or sentimental, but dare I say it, it did not feel earned. Like, every day just felt so rushed. So many wrong priorities. So much trite symbolism and whatnot.
At all. How has the PC not been stolen yet? It also would have been cool to see more of the original dynamic of the first group of
humans. Yeah, and people, yeah, exactly, Teutonic, and people call me crazy for saying that's a problem with the Loud House. Half of its publicity is just oh look, this character has gay dads. Oh look, one of our leads has a girlfriend. One of our female leads has a girlfriend. I really do imagine. Oh look, this new love interest that we set up for Lincoln, we're gonna do nothing with her. She's just gonna be a token diversity girl, a diversity token for his friend group. You know, since the other one is gone, and doing another spin-off pandering to yet another minority. Like, imagine how much more cohesive and functional shows like The Loud House would have been, were it not for this plague of a mentality just going through the industry. And even the indie ones are no better in that regard.
Humans, they would know more about the game and how it operates.
Just pointless symbolism and pandering. That's really all there is to it, and I'm sick of it. There's a reason I make a stand for it. I make a stand against it.
To conjure items, perhaps. So a bunch of details about Jax are left out in the open. We don't find out why he has everyone's keys, why he's afraid of Korn, why he gets his tail back. You could argue that Jax conjured everyone's keys in, but we don't see that happen on screen.
Yeah, Paper Dud ultimately. Although, to be honest, I don't think it was done well in episode 2 either. Like, okay, Gummigoo is self-aware now. But by the end of the episode, he's dead. He's dead. He's completely, or reset, however you want it. But apparently no one dies in this freaking show. You just abstract. It's still you, but you know how it goes. It's complicated.
Green, people theorize that Jax is afraid of Korn because of a past adventure, but he might just have trypophobia. It's not elaborated on anyway. His tail also...
I guess. I mean, it didn't really go anywhere the more I think about it, but was it really that important to begin with? Like, okay, he's afraid of Korn.
Randomly rape.
He's trypophobic, or which is apparently a thing.
Here's halfway through the series. There's no direct in-universe explanation. The carnival. So the carnival was the last area of the circus. Throughout the show, we basically saw the characters appearing in each area.
Oh, you're right. We never did see that amusement park. We did go to the beach once, but that's about it. As far as being outside the tent, that's all we did.
But the carnival was left out for some reason. It would have been the perfect spot for an adventure, or as one of the last locations in the final episode. It just feels...
Eric, even then, I feel like Twitter... The last thing the internet needs, or really most fandoms need in general, is someone to pander to their egos. Just like, okay, feature an autistic character, sure. Just don't make such a big fuss about it. Don't even refer to it by name.
Really weird to have the show...
Because otherwise, it just tells me you're looking for attention. You're not looking to tell a story, you're just looking for people to satiate your ego.
Periodically go through all the different areas.
Like, there's a reason I make such of a point, guys, when that... I don't like it when people associate me as the Mexican mudkip, or I don't want to make Mexican a selling point for my channel or anything that I do. I want people to judge me based on my character. Plain and simple. MLK. Judge them not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Which is a lesson that apparently still hasn't been learned in these communities.
And then you just forget about...
Because otherwise they would realize how awful their character is.
At the end. So one thing is, how do the characters not know each other's backgrounds? It took until episode 5 for them to reveal things like Zubul working at a bar or Ragatha's history with her mom. But these characters, apart from Pomni, have been shopped together for years.
You know, it's getting kind of hot, guys. Let me turn on the AC real quick. I'll be right back. Or maybe it's just me just running my mouth too much. That's probably the issue. Okay, I also went ahead and got some water, guys, so sorry if I took too long there.
Realistically, these are things Pomni should be catching up on, but instead when they reveal it, it's new info to everybody. It makes sense in real life to be closed up.
It never has, Eric. And I say it as a very, and I'm using this term very loosely, just given the whole immigration debate in the United States. I'm saying this as a very minutely persecuted quote unquote minority. I say this as a native Mexican. I never needed to see myself on screen in any way in order to relate or understand a character, not even as a kid. Arguably, especially not as a kid. Like any kid that tells you, look, daddy, it's me. When people put that crap on camera and tell you this is why representation matters, you can just tell the parents were just trying to spur him into it rather than something he would actually be under the impression of. Like when people show you a black little girl, look, mommy, Ariel is just like me. Bull freaking crap. We already know the parents set them up because they're too shallow and starved for attention. Gosh. I'm telling you, man. Sorry to go on a whole tangent there, guys. It's just I am so frustrated with this shallow excuse of a mentality, which just promotes more shallowness. Is that even the noun form of shallow? Yeah, you know what I mean. Why did they never show the process of a character fully abstracting throughout the whole show? Because again, Pixel, trite symbolism. Oh, it's an allegory for suicide. Oh, you're not supposed to see it coming. Well, what about those who actually witness suicides? What about them, huh? Or you're just too high on your own ego to give a crap about realism. Once freaking again.
Everything, obviously. But in the circus, there's a lot of downtime between adventures. There's only a few humans, so it makes sense to spend more time.
That's the thing, Paper Dud. You want real representation? Stop calling it representation. When there's a black character on screen, don't glaze the fact that he's black in any capacity. You see an autistic character, same principle. It's really so easy to judge them from their character rather than some individual characteristic that they hardly have control over, let alone any control at all.
And open up. However, with the way the plot works, they do it in a really odd way that feels unrealistic. During 7, we find out about Kane's office and all of the past adventures. We see a couple...
The thing about the 7th episode, guys, when Jax is looking at the globe, like there's a room with a bunch of globes of settings from past adventures, and then there's a snowy mountain where Ribbit's supposedly abstracted. Jax is staring at it, and for some reason, you know what? After watching episode 9, I'm like, no. Why am I supposed to feel bad for Jax in this context? No! Why is he looking at it like he was the victim there? He wasn't!
Couple scenes from them play out during Jax's flashbacks in 9, such as the Snowy Summit. We unfortunately never find out any more info about these adventures.
Who knows? Like, he's crying over their abstractions, but if anything, he would be the last person to be doing so.
Obviously, it's not a huge detail.
Like, wow, I basically got my friend murdered. I'm gonna cry over them, even though it was completely my fault. Like, no kidding, Sherlock.
It would have been cool to visit all those different areas. Like, maybe from looking inside the globes, you can see how the events panned out or something. With the way the story occurs, we know that there were years worth of adventures.
Am I, Erica? I don't know. Like, on one hand, yeah, I'm definitely in that state of mind where I wanna... I don't know, just as corny as it might sound, I just want my voice to be heard. But, I'm telling you, man, there is a seeping poison in this freaking industry, man. I'm sick of it. Because it has screwed over show after show after show, and this one is no different.
A lot of the show is also spent inside the circus hub itself, which is a bit boring narratively. The adventures were some of the most fun parts, so it would have been nice to see more of them.
Tales, I mean, I don't expect any less from freaking Knights of Guinevere, especially knowing who created the show in question. Gaslight District, though, I know virtually nothing about, so I don't know what's gonna go on with them.
Amigu, he has a big role in episode 2.
The thing about Gameoverse, on the other hand, aside from that one stupid scene between, I forgot the dinosaur's name, and Kit, I thought it was mostly fine. It didn't focus too much, but then again, it's only been a pilot episode. More than likely, it is getting greenlit given the success, but we'll see how things go.
Reappears in 4 and has a cameo in 8, but that's basically it.
Pixel. Yo. Okay, I have half a mind to just put the Cool Mountain grab the scene between Ribbit and Jax and just play Cool Mountain in the background. Imagine them arguing and just hearing da 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 da. You know what? I'm gonna edit that as soon as when I'm not busy. Because I don't know, I think that'd be hilarious, just given how stupid the whole argument was, ultimately.
He's used as a plot device for Pomni and it gets discarded. It's a little odd that Pomni or Kane didn't bring him back during the end sequence. They would have a lot more in common since they're both basically code.
Yeah, okay, speaking of Gummy Goo, remember that whole talk, the reason Kane deleted him to begin with? You know how he basically said, if I can't tell who's a real person and who's an NPC, who knows what could happen? But then you remember, they're all NPCs! So what the heck was the point of that line? What the heck is the point of all this world building? For crying out loud. Gosh.
However, Gummigoo just ends up being used in every merch drop instead, which is a bit of a shame. Next is why did everyone join on October 15th? This is the date that—
Wait, do we know? Oh, okay, it was in the code while Kinger was writing. Okay. Why that date in particular, though?
Presumably Kane made the circus using the mind files, but we don't learn why it was that date in specifics.
How, when, where, why? All important questions that we're never going to get answers to because Gooseworks was too high on her own ego.
Was this when CNA fell apart? We have no idea. In particular, Ragatha joined on October 15th in 2008. It's an insane coincidence that she joined on the same day years later, but we don't find out why that was the case. It feels like they specifically went out of their way to pick that date, and then the plot point went nowhere. And lastly, we have the intro song and the theme. They
what about it?
As a way to introduce the pilot, and then it reappears during the finale.
Okay. And?
In the finale, it gets cut off halfway. And
so okay, to be fair, with the finale, it was just more or less just entertainment and spectacle. I guess it's just a nod to the first episode. Yeah, Kane is gone. He's not singing. He's not doing the introduction, and so is Bubble by extension.
Since Kane and Bubble aren't around, there's no intro.
I guess they more or less went full circle with it, but what's the point here?
Kaufmo is gone, and Pomni is finally mentioned in the lyrics. But we don't find out what the point of this song was. Does it play out every day? It's clearly something programmed into the system.
Maybe it's to introduce the newcomer? Okay, but then again, why would they be replaying it in the finale? There's no one new coming in.
It happens regardless of if Kane is present. But it's not really used at all. It just ends up being a nostalgic thing in the finale. Like, oh look, it's the pilot intro again. Remember that? That's cool. When it probably
I guess
another neat way to expand upon the circus.
The theory. You know what? The more he talks about it, the more it hits me. Maybe the world building was scuffed from the beginning. It definitely had a lot less issues, but it was definitely scuffed from the beginning.
That the show ends with the song again, and then a new human shows up. That would explain what the intro was for. It plays each time a new human appears. That never happens. So yeah, that was all the unexplored and forgotten plot points throughout the digital circus. This video isn't a hate video on the show or anything, but more just me laying out a lot of the things that I felt could have been.
The fact that he's using the Fortnite promo, which definitely got a laugh out of me, guys. And I don't even play Fortnite. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating when I say, guys, I've never touched Fortnite in my life. Not once.
If there's anything I missed, let me know in the comments section down below. And also, give me your thoughts on what I discussed as well. As always, thanks for watching.
Wait, where is that from? Oh, okay, I'm guessing it's from a glitch animated short or whatever. So that's how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it goes. I mean, you know what? I'm grateful to this video because I more or less got my frustrations out with the finale without having to actually watch the finale on stream because let's be honest, guys, it's almost an hour long. It probably would get me copyrighted, unlike the other episodes. Like, I don't know how stingy Glitch and Gooseworks are with copyrighted material and people reacting to full episodes, but they seem pretty generous. But even then, I'm not gonna sit here for a whole hour watching a whole film that I already watched in theaters. But alright, we're gonna leave it at that, guys, and I don't know what else to do. If I'm being honest. You know what? I do know what to do. I gotta go to the bathroom, guys. So, with that being said, how did Gangle know about Fortnite if she was in a circus years before 2018? That's another problem, Tails. The timeline is just completely inconsistent to where nothing makes any sense, and even then, I don't think I think we could just pretend the Fortnite promo isn't canon. Because otherwise, Jonesy would have made a gratuitous cameo at some point. Like, just in that case, you can just have fun with it, Tails. Just have fun with it. Was the show secretly theory bait? It kind of was, Erica. I mean, MatPat, from what people have told me, MatPat basically game theories, or whoever's in charge of it nowadays. I think it's still MatPat, but don't quote me on it. They called it from the very beginning. Don't trust Kane, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, just theory bait. With that being said, though, guys, okay, like I said, I kind of do have to go to the bathroom, so how long have I been yapping for? About an hour, so yeah, I think it's time for a break. We'll be right back. Chat, do me a favor. If you're trying to communicate with someone in chat or respond to a message, just at them. Seriously, just type the name. It should show up in some sort of search engine. And leave it at that, please. Because otherwise, whatever you're posting in the chat room, it gets really confusing after a while. Anyways, I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to. At least once. Because that really encapsulates all of the current frustrations with what's going on right now, guys. Golly. But like I said, one video per franchise. One video per franchise. And I just realized I have the playback on my phone. My bad. So, you know, don't turn off the music. What now, guys? Because honestly, when it comes to video reactions on stream, I'm kind of an open book. So yeah, I'm gonna scroll through the media tab and see what actually piques my interest. Whoops, wrong tab. Goku showed up in one of the glitch shorts. He was a blink and you will miss it moment. It was the we paid our editors to make this short? Wait, what do you mean, Pixel? If you're gonna make stuff up on the spot, be smart about it. Toriyama does that for Dragon Ball. Yeah, surprisingly. Like, I know people have mixed feelings about Dragon Ball Super, but so far I haven't seen a lot of continuity errors when it comes to the franchise as a whole. You know, outside of the whole time skip after the Boo saga, which does make things a little. It just puts things in perspective, relatively speaking. But yeah, Dragon Ball hardly has issues with that, even though Toriyama basically, instead of ending things for Goku and whatnot, at least for Goku, Vegeta, the current timeline. Like, yeah, some of it was improvised. Beerus, Goku Black, Jiren, it all came out of nowhere, but at the same time, Toriyama or whomever, it did seem like he was trying to patch things up as he went along, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because it definitely paid off. Because Goku Black, Jiren, Gold Frieza, still pretty iconic, even after just a couple years. But anyways, let's see. Let's see. Was Seto Kaiba a psychopath? I mean, is that a rhetorical question? Because he was. In retrospect, Kaiba really was. Okay, yeah, this is 34 minutes long though, guys. Yeah, if I react to this in its entirety, we're gonna be here all day. So I don't know that I want that, guys. I'll tell you that much. What do I want to... No, nothing comes to mind. I don't know, guys. I'm in a bit of a stump when it comes to freaking channel reaction. So you know what? Screw it. Let's boot up the Switch. And maybe... Yeah, let's get to the new game, guys. Let's get to the new one. Alright, who posted something at the bottom? Oh, let me see. Oh, wait, hold on, Pixel. Let me see this. Hold on. Hold on.
Going to be endangered. Red ribbon, red.
Is this just an attempt at a YTP?
Huh? Delicious meme. Well, hello, Justigatha. I hope you're ready to get
Guys, full disclosure, in case I have not made a point of it in the past, I'm not too crazy about YTPs, if I'm being honest. That's just me, though. That's just me.
I'm a New Zealand extremist, and
Okay, to be fair, that was a pretty funny line, though. I don't know what New Zealanders threaten people with.
don't know what New Zealanders threaten people with.
Like, I'm telling you, man. This show... Wait, was this really a... okay. Yeah, that's where it goes. That's where it...
I'm going.
So that's how that goes. Huh. I'm not sure what to make of this, if I'm being honest. Watching this after episode 9 is like therapy, not Glitch making YTPs of their own creation. You know what? Credit where credit is due. I appreciate that having a sense of humor. Even if it ultimately feels like pandering, which it wouldn't surprise me if some people did. Don't watch it unless you have time. In terms of stream time, Teutonic, I probably won't, but I'm more than happy to watch it off stream. But if you want me to answer the question in the title, hold on. If you want me to answer this question, yes! Seto Kaiba was a psychopath. And I'm not just saying it because oh, big bad corporation. Oh, he has to be evil, like every other Hollywood stereotype out there. Like, no, he was just flat out a jerk. Basically the same problems as Vegeta. Too caught up in his own pride. Like, there is some ironic enjoyment, but I'm not going to pretend it's anything different than psychopathy? Being a psychopath? Oh, you know what I mean. Although without YTPs, we wouldn't have pingas, we really wouldn't. Like, a lot of it. Credit where credit is due. Just memes. Just memes. It's really all you gotta do, man. But alright, guys, like I said, you know what? Can I conduct a poll on freaking YouTube? Or is that just... Or do I need a certain amount of subscribers for that? Okay, apparently not on mobile. Okay, where the heck is that? Nope, okay. You know what? Yeah, screw it. I'm just gonna make a straw poll from scratch and link it in chat. Creative. Alright, guys. Just like we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks. As far as the game... Wait, why the heck are these the search options? I don't know what's going on. Donkey Kong Bonanza. As far as the next game we're gonna play on stream, Donkey Kong Bonanza or Kirby's Return to Dreamland. The Switch version, by the way. One or the other. Cast your vote. That's what we're playing next on stream, because honestly, I'm down for either. No. I only want 2 options. And again, is there a third game I want to play? I don't think there is. Off the top of my head. Will I survive in Adventure Man Episode 1? What do you mean, Tails? Oh my gosh, that's the thing, Teutonic. I'm just judging it off the anime. I have read virtually nothing about the manga. Does Dreamland have a space in it? I don't know. He forces Yugi and his friends into a death game in Kaiba Land. It's insane if you read the manga. I've heard some crazy things, but I've never actually looked into it detail by detail, admittedly. Okay. 1 vote per IP address. Allow selection of multiple options? No. Require participant names. Yeah, sure, why not? Just to know who's voting for what. Not gonna hold anything against you guys, I'm just a little curious. No, disable the CAPTCHA. And I'm guessing this is the link. How long is it meant to last, though? Ah, screw it. You know what? Okay, let me just go to the chat here on the window. Okay, Sora, it wouldn't be just that particular context. Like, there's also freaking... I think in one of the DVD commentaries for the Shadow the Hedgehog movie, or I'm sorry, Sonic 3, whatever you want to call it, one of the producers actually straight up said, Shadow loves Latinas. Like, yeah, it's a very cliche joke, but the fact that the official developers of any official Sonic media, I said official there twice, I know. The fact that anyone officially associated with Sega actually said that unironically, I don't know, man. That's just peak comedy when it's done so gently and earnestly, if that makes any sense. Wait, where the heck is that? Oh, wait, here it is. Right. All right, guys, give me a moment. Wait, did the stream crash, or... No, it didn't. Okay, no, I'm just tripping. Thank goodness. All right. Have at it, guys. Poll's gonna be up for, like, what? I want to say 5 minutes, and then I'll decide. And then we'll work from there. The last anime I watched was Food Wars, which was 4 years ago. Paper Dud, well, you're doing better than me. I don't... You know what? It's not really an accomplishment by any means, but guys, full disclosure, I really don't watch a lot of anime. In general, period, in general. Outside of watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with a friend as of recently, there's really not much there's really not much. Occasionally freaking... Like, the last anime I remember watching before this one, like, fully committed and whatnot, was freaking Attack on Titan, and I stopped watching it after season 2. Just because it stopped being so accessible. And that was back in 2017, come to think of it. Chaz, as a matter of fact, as soon as I'm done streaming here, I'm gonna drive to the theater and actually watch it. Because apparently... Like, here's the thing, guys. As a native Mexican, I am openly saying this, and I don't care how many people hold it against me or call me self-loathing or whatever. English dub or a Spanish dub any day of the week. Thank you very much. And the only English screening of this movie is today at 5 o'clock. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wait until then. Otherwise, I would have canceled stream and be watching it right now. But yeah, I'm watching it today. Where am I on JoJo right now? I just started part 5. Barely finished part 4, Sora. That's the thing though, I'm only watching maybe 1, occasionally 2 episodes every weekday with a close friend of mine. That's it. Nothing too crazy. So yeah, it's gonna be a while before I get to part 7, and hopefully by the time I do, part 7 will actually be fully released on Netflix, because I think there's only like 1 episode available? Like, I don't know. It's complicated. But yeah, Toy Story 5, I'm probably gonna watch it tonight as soon as I'm done streaming. Because there's only 1 English screening with subtitles, and you know, I don't even need the subtitles. I speak English fluently, but on top of all that, it's a lot less crowded. Because most people would rather watch it in Spanish for whatever reason. I mean, we're in Mexico. I mean, what did I expect? But no, subtitles are nothing. Because the dubbing, man, nothing against the performers. I'm sure they did their best. But sometimes the source material has every original intention when you use the native voice cast, if that makes any sense. You think the first part 4 OP sounds like Uptown Funk? Kinda, but it's not exactly the song I had in mind with the first intro. You know, are you thinking of Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town? No, I don't think that way. And you know what? I can't really test that theory here because I'd get copyrighted. But I don't know. I'll look into it, Sora. I'm kind of curious because there are occasions where, like, I'm not even kidding, guys. I straight up edited freaking Let's Groove by Earth, Wind, and Fire over the part 4 intro, and it just fit beat for beat. Like, it's kind of crazy how much the vibes just really drive you one way. Have I played the Henry Stickmin collection? I have not. I hardly even know who that is, Paper Dud. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, how long has it been? You know what, come to think of it, I need to vote myself. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like I said, I'm cool with either game. So I'm just gonna pick one at random. And apparently a name is required, so... Alright, let's see it. Whoa, okay. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I legitimately thought most people were gonna be voting Bonanza for... But that's just a preconceived notion. Even then, Sora, like I said, copyright, I just can't take any chances. Makes you wonder how Silver Gunner takes any chances with it. But alright. With that being said, guys, let me go in the eShop, let me buy Return to Dreamland, and we'll work from there. Give me a moment, and... Wait, where the heck is the... Nope, wait, oh, wait, right, I didn't plug it in. Hold on, give me a moment, guys, I'll be right back. Okay. I think we're good, guys. Just give me a moment. Take your time, Elgato. I got nowhere else to be. At least for the next hour and 20 minutes or so. Okay. Okay, I need to hide this tab, because, yeah, I do not want you guys looking at my credit card information and everything. Where the heck is the... Ah, screw it. I'll just move it to the side. Because why not? I just realized, why the heck is chat so delayed in the layout? Am I looking at... Okay, I probably am. I don't know. Literally just type Kirby in the search bar, and then we'll work off of that. Speaking of Kirby, though, guys, I've been meaning to play Forgotten Land and Air Riders, but... I'm more or less committed to Return to Dreamland, and you know what? Nothing wrong with being a little traditional. Apparently there's a demo, too, but you know what? Screw it. I'm just buying the full game right now. Like, I got the money, I have a stable job, and I'm all the more grateful for that. And with that being said... It has been bought. And here we are, guys. Better recommendation would be Fist of the North Star. Okay, Teutonic, like I said, I don't really watch a lot of anime, period, and not a lot is going to change in that regard. It's pronounced Siva. What, do you think the lowercase L is... Wait, is it? Wait. Sora, no. Okay, there is no way that's a whole Mandela effect. Hold on. Hold on. Am I being gaslit? Was that... Is that a capital I or a lowercase L? No. No. Hold on. Hold the frick on. There is no frickin' way. Hold on. Has that always been a... No. No. So was it always Givasundr? What? No. No. What? Are you kidding me? Has this always been the case? Have I been... Like, keep in mind, guys, I've known this... I've been acquainted with this channel since... I don't know, 2014? Since the Smash Wii U days. And you mean to tell me I've been pronouncing it wrong for the past 12 years? What? 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 My life is a lie, guys. My life is a... Who in God's green earth thinks of putting a capital letter in the middle of the name? Who? Why? Who would do such a cruel? Who would have it in them to perform such a convoluted tactic? I'm losing my freaking mind over this. Golly! My God! Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go home and rethink my whole life. Cause what just... Okay, sure, that's how it goes, man. That's really how it goes, I suppose. I'm not sure what to make of this anymore. I really don't. I'm so... I need a minute, guys. I need a minute, and you know what? The game is still downloading anyway, so... If I'm being honest though, guys, okay, it wouldn't be just me. It wouldn't be just me. Because I vividly remember. Y'all remember back in the day when a bunch of Sonic games were dropping? Apparently, Siva Gunner, as I've learned it's now pronounced, actually asked Sonic and Eggman a question. You know what? Let me see if there's a VOD of it all. Because they were on Twitter, taking questions from just about anyone. Let me see if I can find it. Sonic and Eggman, Q&A, Siva Gunner. Gosh, my life is a lie, man. You know what? Let me see if I can find it. This is the one. This is the one. It was just Sonic and Eggman from what I remember. Let me see if it's here. Because I remember they did a Twitter takeover. They were answering questions from just about anyone who responded to the thread.
You little blue rodent. Dude, you can't just take over my Twitter all by yourself. If you're gonna...
You know, let me see if they have it here.
Wait,
because I remember Siva Gunner was asking, what's your favorite high-quality rip? God, it feels so wrong to say Siva Gunner out loud, guys. It's accurate, but it's so uncomfortable. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't think they got all of them, though. Hold on. I kind of wish there was timestamps for this. Yep, there it is. There it is. There it is. What, you're going to tell me that's also an uppercase I? Because that's definitely an L. Look closely. Tell me with a straight face that is not a freaking L. You know what? I guess in retrospect, I'm the one holding the L. But anyways, any freaking ways. Moving on. What did we become? What is this? Is anything real? Is anything real? But alright guys, let's just get into it, shall we? Let's do it. Kirby, 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 that's the name you should know. Kirby, 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 that's the star of the show. And I just realized the capture card is crackling. Give me a moment, guys. You know, give me a moment to reset it, guys. Golly. I don't know why this is bothering me so much, guys. It just feels like... Okay, I'm exaggerating a little for comedic effect, but golly, my life is a lie, man. My life is a freaking lie. Oh, gosh. Alright. Take your time, Elgato. I got nowhere else to be. Gilvasunner has an L instead of an I? Then what's the point of switching the first letter in each? I don't know, man. I don't freaking know. Okay, we good now? Can you guys hear the game well enough? Did I have 4 kids in Mexico? Tails, no. I did have access to the American version, if that's what you're trying to say. Like, even with a cheap antenna, guys, you had access to a lot of pretty common stuff. Kids WB, 4 Kids, you name it. Fox, NBC. Back in the day, it was a lot easier. Would you like to connect online? This will make your gameplay information... Nah, no thanks. Not everything needs internet to be enjoyable. Nintendo. Or HAL, whoever designed this. I guess I'll just go main mode since I don't have a choice. I just realized, hold on. Wait, hold on. I just realized I didn't even close the tab. Silva Gunner is a... Yeah, Sora, you did not need to inform me about that, but... Oh my gosh, man. You know what? I'm gonna frown for a while. I'm frowning. I am frowning. Okay, why is King DDD so... Why is his face so small compared to his body? I'm not used to that. Is that how it's always been in this game? Aw, you made him drop the cake. Suddenly, a ship came out of nowhere? And is crash landing? With every piece of it just conveniently falling off in a bubble. So what's the lore behind the bandana Waddle Dee? Is he just DDD's right-hand man? What's going on here? You know what? It's freaking Kirby. Should I really care too much about the world building? Oh my gosh, this guy. Guys, okay, full disclosure. I'm already spoiled on the fact that he betrays us just because it's been memed 1,000 times. I'll tell you that much. There are times when European countries use the Japanese variant of it, but they are different since each countries have their own views and censor the show. Wait, you talking about? Oh, you're talking about 4Kids, Teutonic. Oh. Okay. Ship's missing a lot of parts, but is that really just the basis of the story? I mean, I don't care. I mean, ultimately, I'm just in it for the gameplay. It's a freaking Kirby game. Oh, look at him. Kirby, man. Kirby. You know what makes Hollywood's crusade against masculinity make even less sense? No, Eric. What exactly? Okay, seriously, that design on DDD is just so distracting. I'm just not used to it. Okay, we set out to find the ship pieces. Just like that, I guess. We're just gonna trust him, no problem? Sure. Then again, I know that he betrays us, but what was it that got his ship to crash in the first place? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is really giving me some serious... Dare I say it? And I hate to play this card, but this is making me feel nostalgic. Just for classic Kirby games, the traditional Kirby formula. Like, keep in mind, guys, for context, the only Kirby games I played growing up were Nightmare in Dreamland, Air Ride, and Squeak Squad. And Superstar Ultra. Just those 4. No thank you. Stage 1. Okay, you just move up to go through the door. You know what? It's just a traditional Kirby game, and you know what? I mean that in the best of ways, because I have not played one of these in a very long time. Wait, hold on. Play together at any place or time by steering Joy-Con controllers. Well, I wish I had someone to play with. Up to 4 people can play together. Yo, does this game have online? Just out of curiosity. Probably not. Drop in or out whenever you want with the touch of a button. Press any button to play together. Wait, what if I play both at the same time? No, I'm not that crazy. Okay. Wait, do I have to play as Kirby or can I play any of the 4? And apparently there's amiibo functionality, but I don't own any of them. No. Okay, too far away. I will say, it is a very catchy leitmotif. I'm not gonna lie, guys, ever since I finished JoJo Part 3, every time I think of a sword moving too quickly, I just immediately think Silver Chariot now. Because I'm telling you, Polnareff is a very memorable character. Even if he did hog a lot of screen time. You know, let me see the controls on this move. With full health, a sword beam. After an overhead slash, just keep mashing B. Yeah, that's what I did. Hold B in midair. Yep. Hold B during chop and thrust. Which one is chop and thrust? B in midair. Then go down. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see it. Upward slash. Down and B while rising during upward slash. Hey, it's a freaking move from Smash Bros. I mean, to be fair, he's had it before. He's had it in other games, but still, it's fun to see it. Tails, if I didn't know what you were referencing there, I would time you out. I'm not gonna lie, man. Little. I mean, to be fair, Sora, I mean, Sword Kirby is basically inspired by Link. I mean, look at the friggin' hat and tell me it's not based, it's based off of someone else. Just saying, man. Press and hold up and then B while underwater. Okay. Okay, I think I got about the gist of it. And for all I know, I'm not gonna have this ability forever. Wait, how do I discard it? Just X? Y? Okay, you hold Y. Okay. Good to know. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm guessing these star chips are going to be important for some sort of currency. Yeah, I know Teutonic, but I never got the chance to watch it for myself. And even then, it feels a little pointless now that I've actually seen the modern version. Why did I discard it? Why did I discard my sword just for another sword? I do not know. Wait, can I carry this? Okay, I can, but I have to be careful. What's this, though? Okay, it's basically the star coins, like in Mario Bros. Okay. Yeah, there's 3 of them in each level, I'm assuming. Okay, he does. Okay, if you hold down B, the inhale does get a little stronger. Also, I really love the life sound effect. I'm not gonna lie, man. I always feel bad about killing Waddle Dees because they're so freaking adorable, man. Definitely not just NPC material like the freaking Goombas or whatever. I'm guessing those are important. Are they called star chips? I don't know what they're called, but I guess the more the merrier. What the? Oh, wait, is this the freaking... Yeah, okay, yeah. It's this freaking final smash, and you know what? I like that better than the cooking. I feel so bad for the Waddle Dees, but this is fun to watch. Wait, it's a knife? Is it just gonna take a different form every time? That was so awful, but so satisfying. Hey, that's Meta Knight's sword. Hold on. Suddenly a scimitar? Okay, this is addicting, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, where does this take me? Okay, I'm guessing they want me to go there, but no! I want my Ultra Sword, though! I have no idea what's going on, but I guess I have to run. Okay, traditional Kirby game. You tap right twice to keep running. Okay, simple enough. Okay, we made it, but is there a reward for that? Oh, never mind. I have to keep running, I guess. You know, let's try fire. Wait, can I still dash? Oh my gosh, I love this ability. I love the dashing with the fire ability. Sphere Doomer? Oops, I meant to dash there. My bad. Okay, you know what? Let me read up on this a little bit. Target the fire. Press and hold during fire breath. Wait, do they mean the opposite direction, or... No, never mind. Okay, hold on. The burn. Press A during the burn. Searing burn. Hold on. Okay, he just bursts. It's just a little bit. It's just a little burst. Okay. I'll just stick to the basics. Thank you very much. I did not mean to dash there, but sure. All right. 2 just like that, though. It seems a little too easy. Although I guess it's gonna be rare. Yeah, it's just his dash ability from Melee and from Ultimate. For some reason, they got rid of it in Brawl. Okay, I'm guessing that's the finish line. And, okay. Yeah, it's basically just rupees. The big blue ones are worth a lot. Wait, do I get a minigame for... I'm guessing just press A right at the edge of the... Okay, I nailed it. Okay, to be fair, though, it is a pretty common minigame in Kirby games. That's why I guess my memory's not too foggy. Wait, is there UFO? Is there UFO ability in this game? Or is he just making a gratuitous cameo? Because I might be real, guys. Growing up, UFO was probably my favorite Kirby ability ever, because it was just so rare and so eccentric, if that makes any sense. Okay, I guess I don't really have a choice. Why is this place called Cookie Country, though? It's the middle of a forest. Okay, I guess we'll work off of that. Wait, really? Like in the... Really? I did not know that, Teutonic. That's some fun trivia. Wait, is that an ability? Hold on. Nope, just a... No, give my fire back! Okay, no damage. Feel sorry for the Waddle Dees, but hey, do what you gotta do. Not a surprise, that's not an ability. Wait, hold on, you know what, let me go back. Just cause... I feel like I might have missed maybe one of the gears, or whatever you want to call them. No, that's it. Okay. You know what? A little bit of backtracking never hurt anyone. Excuse me. Alright, moving on. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This game, visually, guys, this game is freaking eye candy. Ugh. You know what? I think the Mudkip can smile now. I don't know. I'm just in a good mood now. Okay, just more star chips, whatever. I'm just gonna call them star chips until I'm corrected on the term. Yeah, sure, why not? You know what? Let me see. Huh? Press and hold it. Press and hold in midair. Uh-huh. Near an enemy, cleaving cutter. Repeatedly near an enemy. Okay, that's it. Okay. It's bigger. I'm guessing it does more damage. Okay, let me try it. Is it like a full combo, or is it just those 2 hits when I'm near an enemy? Nope, there you go. Oh my gosh, that's very satisfying. Wait, hold on. Ow. I did not time that well. That's on me. That's on me. It is really satisfying cutting these ropes, though. Okay, I'm guessing you... Oh, wait. Is that it? Just after 100 chips, you get a life? It's kind of underwhelming. I was kind of hoping for it would actually be like currency of some kind. Maybe it still is. I don't know. I mean, if you want to, Teutonic. That's really the Discord is just for you guys to put whatever you want people to watch. Not necessarily just me. What's this? Sure, sure. Suddenly guns. Or cannon. Okay, this is very satisfying. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Hold on. Wait, how do I discard it, though? No, 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 no! Okay. Okay, I can't... Okay, you just press B to discard it. Bam, bam, bam. Aw. Okay, it has a limit. It has a limit. You can still use it as... Why is this not an item in Smash Bros? Now that I think about it. Maybe it isn't. I just haven't been paying attention. Okay, I do remember Needle Kirby. I do not remember that ability. Touch while using Needle attack. B while moving rapidly. Mega Needle up B. Hold on. Oh. Wait, you can stick to walls with it? Wow, okay. Okay. Oh, just move her. Okay, any direction. That's nice. A little AoE attack. Sorry, Waddle Dees, you're all so adorable, but I gotta do what I gotta do, man. Such is the conscience of Sebastian. Or Sebas, whatever you want to call me. Please do not call me Sebastian. Unless you can say it in a really fancy Spanish accent. Which is the only way I will accept that, be called that name. Just kidding, please. Wait, really? Wait, Charles Martinet? Oh, I thought you were talking about the Japanese one, but then again, Mario's voice is the same in both languages. Really? That was like in the freaking 80s before Mario was even a thing. Well, I guess you gotta start somewhere, but wow. Fun fact, guys, I actually have a picture with Charles Martinet, but I'm of the opinion that I don't want to show my face on camera. On social media, on public social media, that is. Let alone on my own communities and whatnot. But I do have a picture with Charles Martinet from E3 of 2017, I think it was? Alright, let's see. Okay, it's just like in Superstar Ultra, by the looks of it. Charge attack, repeatedly in midair. Hold on. Okay! Getting a little inventive with it, which I like. Whatever you are. Oh my gosh, that did so much damage. Is he just gonna be dead before he gets a blow in? And it's just a sword. Okay, I was kind of hoping for something a little fancier. But I mean, what did I expect? Wait, I missed the second one? Oh, gosh. Maybe it was back here? I don't know, man. And the door is gone, so... Yep, okay, I'm doing this level from scratch. Eventually. Boy. Okay, my health is full, so I really don't need this. But alright. Steady. Really? Only two? Alright. I mean, knock yourself out, Teutonic, like I said. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Maybe it's just my OCD talking. Not that it's not that I really think it's... When I say OCD, I say that very loosely, because I've never been actually been diagnosed. But I want that second gear. I'm sorry, it's only the second level. It's kind of insulting that I didn't get every collectible. That's just me, though. Okay, the first one was in the cutter area, right? least I think it was. I thought I said skip the cutscene. Okay. Okay, I guess I got to skip again. It's not here. This is the cutter area, right? Yeah, this is where the first gear was. Oops. Kind of convenient that I can cut the ropes with the sword too, but I guess logically it just makes sense. Yeah, that's where the first gear was, so I'm guessing it's somewhere in the area with the needle. But don't quote me on it. Or maybe it's in a place with a cannon? You know what? Screw it. Let's find out. This is still very satisfying, by the way, in case you can't tell. That's where the first gear was. No, wait, no, okay, it wasn't with the cutter area. Never mind. Wait, can I take the cannon with me? Aw. Alright, I've had my fun. Was it over here? No, it's just a tomato, so... Or maybe... I'm really trying to look thoroughly, guys, because I can't believe I missed it so easily. Wherever it is. Okay, how do I turn on the roller? Hold on. B and move rapidly. Is that what I'm... Yeah, okay, that's how you do it. Just B while dashing, basically. Yeah, I knew it. There it is. There it is. Okay. Oh, it was really hiding in plain sight, wasn't it? Kind of. I mean, they did try to be subtle about it with the bushes, but it's not good enough. Yeah, Pixel. Take it from someone who cashed in on an NSO membership a couple years ago. Yeah, a lot of N64 games really have not aged the best. And you know what? I get it. It was the 90s. They haven't really perfected polish. They didn't really have the most perfect of polish. And it really made me realize that some of us are really blinded by nostalgia. Keep it. I'm done here. Alright. Like, I don't know, man. Let me put it this way, guys. I never want to play Mario Kart 64 again in my life, because the controls were just... Ugh. Just, no. Okay, I got very distracted there. That's my bad. I love it when he says hi. Gosh, cuteness after cuteness, man. You just can't... You can only take so much. But alright. No, wait, no. Oh, okay. You know what? I gotta remind myself to not kill everything upon it on instinct. Okay. So now what? Oh gosh, they brought the cannons back. I hate these things. Really, I don't hate them. I hate the fact that they're basically indestructible. Really unquestionably indestructible, now that I think about it. Like, I hate these things. I really do. Okay, we get it anyways. Nice. Wait, can I do what I did in Squeak Squad, where... Yes! Thank you! God, this is what I love about the Spark ability, man. You could just walk around like it's a set of footsie pajamas. And just go to town. Just move around like an idiot. Bam. This game really is taking me back. Okay, to be fair, it's a game from 2011. Or was it 2012? I don't remember the exact year, but the point is it's really old. Alright. Yeah, janky is an understatement, Pixel, because... Holy crap, man, never again. Like, I don't know if the modern games have spoiled us a little more, but... Why do people look back on 60... Why do people like 64 other than nostalgia? Like, the modern games are just unquestionably better. In terms of progression, in terms of the track quality. I don't know how anyone can play 64, because it definitely has not aged well. And don't even get me started on Super. Oh, look, a cupcake. Wait, what happens if I click this? Okay, it just falls. Kinda hoping for a little more, I'm not gonna lie. Can't I just push this thing? Okay, I never mind. No, I want to keep the ability, thank you very much. I love the fact that even the aura around me has a hitbox. You see we chose Kirby? Yep, Slump. I conducted a poll, and Kirby won by a landslide to my surprise. Wait for it. It does go through walls, right? It does. Thank goodness. Easy. Easy. I hate these cannons, by the way. Have I made a point of that? Alright, where's the key? Where's the key? There's gotta be a key around here somewhere. There it is. Wait, I can still charge even when I'm holding the key? Okay, I love this ability. I remember abusing it a lot in Squeak Squad. Just charge, 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 and then just throw the projectile. Zzz. Like, it just makes you feel powerful. Like, look at it, look at it. My boy's literally farming aura. Look at him. Oh my god. Like, that's the thing. Okay, why am I pausing for this? N64? I can take it or leave it. I didn't have a lot of games of it growing up, but... Golly, man. Don't even get me started on the control design. What, did they design it for someone with 3 arms? Like... What were they cooking? What was it? Okay, to be fair, it is a very iconic console. Worth a lot of respect. But golly, man. Like, was I supposed to hold one hand on the center and the other on the... Like, guys, just look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe you're too young, but golly, man. Oops, I didn't see the spikes there. And there goes the best ability I ever had. I am sad now. This is what I get for talking to chat too much. That's part of the fun, isn't it? Okay, I'm guessing I have to outrun him. Wait, can I still get the... Okay, I still get the dash, thank goodness. Okay, this is gonna come in handy, hold on. Okay, I take it back. This Waddle Dee is ugly. Hold on. Wait, where was the door? I'm guessing it's further up ahead. Is it, though? Okay, there it is. Thank goodness. Yep, that's the last gear. Oh, energy. I'm sorry. Energy spheres. Wait, are you an ability, or are you just a generic enemy? Festival? What is this? Okay, it's just Chef Kirby. It kills everything on screen. Okay, or was it Crash Kirby? I don't remember, guys. Like I said, my memory with this franchise is really foggy. But golly, okay, you know what? That's worth a smile. Did I play Amazing Mirror? I did not. I did play Nightmare in Dreamland, but my parents never bought me Amazing Mirror. Like, I heard that game definitely got very convoluted. I did play a little bit on NSO, but I never went out of my way to finish it. Okay. Wait, there's 4 of them in this one? Huh. Okay, fire or cutter? I'll take fire. I'm guessing there's a boss up ahead, because otherwise why are they here? Okay, then. Okay, I see it. I see it. If they're dangling a little bit, it means they're going to collapse. Okay. Okay, I see it. I see your game. Wait, what time is it, by the way? Okay, it's only 2:20. At around 3 o'clock, guys, I got to wrap things up. Because like I said, I am going to go watch Toy Story 5. Out of intellectual curiosity. Because let's be honest, guys, I'm not the kind of person who wants to support another gratuitous Pixar sequel. Let me put it that way. Wait a minute, what was down there? This is like a... Oh, it's a... Oh, okay. Oh, I love this theme. Is it Kirby's leitmotif? I honestly don't know. Okay, hammer, fighter, and... What's this? Sand? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I dig the look on Kirby's head, but... This is kind of a lame ability. Hold on. Okay, never mind. You know what? He turned it into fist. Okay, you know what? I take it back. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like fighter. Wait. Hal? It just says Hal. Okay, just says Hal. Nothing too crazy. Shoryuken! Wait, can I charge my... You know, I gotta read this, because I know this ability is relatively complex. I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, it gets everywhere. That's what I was thinking. Aw, there's no charge attack with this one? Okay. Wait, hold on. Let me keep reading. Oh, you gotta crouch for it. Okay. Kameha. You know where I was going with that. Why even finish it? What's this, though? This is the coolest Kirby has ever looked in his life. Look at him. So imposing, yet so freaking adorable. Why do I love this little guy so much? Okay, let me read up on this. Hold on. Blaster cannon. Press and hold release to charge it. Hold B even longer. Hold B extra long, then A or L and R. Okay, that's okay. That goes kind of hard. Okay, you can hold it. That's kind of fun. Let's see. Dash with B, shock knuckle. Down B while using shock knuckle. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Excuse me. During shock knuckle, down, hold B, then release. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Hold on. Fireball Mortars. Down B in midair. Is it just a mine? Okay, it's just a time bomb. Okay. This is fun. Okay, instead of floating with his breath, he just uses the rocket. Okay. Battery bracer. What does that mean? B while using battery bracer. Okay. Pew, pew, pew. B right after being attacked while guarding. Shock counter. It even has a counter attack? Okay, how many? Repeatedly near an enemy. Up and then... Hold on. Okay, this is this is my favorite ability yet. Hold on. Okay, this goes kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Cue the theme. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This gameplay, it's simplistic but addicting. You know, that just really Sakurai's formulas in general. Wait, what was that ticket? Now I guess I'll never know. I like the big old gloves. Yeah, me too. What's this? I'm guessing just some sort of umbrella? Okay. Okay, I really don't need healing. Oops, okay, you can't attack while you're holding it. Okay, basically. I can't even float either. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm guessing it's not meant to last forever. Which I can live with. Okay, it was up, down. Hold on. There you go. Okay, down, up, and then B. For that. I forgot what the move was called, though. The pride. If that's how you want to look at it, Sora. I don't know. Like, okay, am I alone in thinking that it's a little annoying? Every time someone sees a rainbow, they don't think of the weather, they don't think of the biblical promise, they just immediately think pride, man. It bothers me a little. Nothing against the prospect, it's just kind of annoying that it's what people immediately associate it with. When in lore, or really not lore, the rainbow is just such an innocent prospect. Wait, is there Ultra Fire? Gosh, I feel like such a nerd saying that out loud. Monster Flame. Okay, that's kind of hardcore. Hold on. Hold up. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna have. Oh my gosh. Remember that one scene in Suicide Squad when Deadshot realized all the guns he was given were real, and then he started popping off? This is what it feels like. Oh my gosh. Do it again. Is it just a dragon every time though? Okay, falls a little flat compared to the Ultra Sword, but that's still very satisfying. He just summons a freaking dragon out of nowhere, man. It's crazy. And I love it. Wait, can I spam it as much as I want within the time limit? Or... Probably. Seriously though, what are these tickets? Hey, what's down here? And I think I already missed a gear, by the way. Or whatever they're actually called. Okay, it's another one of those things, but first things first. And hold on. Let me use this ability as much as I can, because as soon as I go in there, it's gonna wear off. Okay, it's just the finish line, and I missed a lot of gears. Holy crap. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, kinda. Up! This is what I get. This is what I get for getting so distracted. I forgot. You can't float when you have something in your mouth. And there I go. like an idiot. Okay, at the very least, this little trial of sorts is actually very forgiving. We live in. Okay, you actually swallowed the 1-up too. That's nice. Okay. Wait, is it still going? No, okay. So I'm guessing it's a boss of some kind? You know what, let's try it. No, the more abilities I try out, the better. And apparently there's a leaf one now. I want to say this is from an older game, but don't quote me on it. Leaf attack, leaf swirl, press and hold and release. Okay, that seems kind of fun. Okay, that does look really fun, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's really tame though. You know what? I'm gonna stick with Spark. I don't know, just because I'm more familiar with it. Oh, there's 2 of them here. Steady. Wait, can I actually attack him as he's charging at me? Maybe. Simple enough. Kirby's moveset in the next Smash game should use these. Sakurai undersells him in Smash, even though he's his own. I mean, he did give him the Ultra Sword, if nothing else, but yeah. When you think about canon, his moveset is really tame compared to what he has here. Like, just what? One little swing with the sword. The side B is just the hammer. The up B is just the sword. Down B is just turning into a rock. It's really tame, but I guess you can only be so creative with it. You can't just translate everything from the games into the moveset. I don't know. Oh my gosh, Miracle, you're that too. That too, actually. Like, it's just traditional pastel colors. The colors of cotton candy. Pink and blue. And when people see it, people think transgenderism. That's it. Nothing else, unfortunately. Wait, I think I still missed the first one, but... Oh gosh, don't tell me the boss is just Wispy Woods again. Please no. Oh, that's what the tickets are for. Okay. Not that I really care. I mean, he is the most basic of the bosses in this franchise's history, but... screw it. Let's do it. Okay, this is very imposing music for what's just freaking Wispy Woods. At least I think it is. And I don't even get to keep my charge just because cutscene. Hi, Wispy. Good to see you again, homie. I think. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Just something about just... Oh, he gets bigger? I'm really not scared. Oh! Oh! Okay, that's new. You know what? I can respect that. This fight is still really easy, though. Okay, I just have to keep running. I just have to keep running. Okay, he is changing things up a little. It's still really easy, though. Not gonna lie, when Kirby moves like that, it kind of feels like he's panicking a little. Like, oh no, Wispy Woods, what am I gonna do? I'll be going because... Alright, Teutonic, thanks for stopping by. Take care, homie. Enjoying the game so far? Kind of. It's about what I expected, Swamp, but I'm still having fun. Hear the music. So now what? We got part of the ship back, but now what? Do I have a top 3 for what characters I will want in the next Smash game? First things first, and I'm cool with one or the other, Mirko, but either Roxas as an Echo Fighter for Sora or Riku. Or Riku just as his own separate character. That's it. Just because, yeah, Nintendo is basically the head of PR for Kingdom Hearts now. Nowhere else did they show a trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4, but they showed it, say for a Nintendo Direct, of all places. Like, it feels like Kingdom Hearts and Nintendo are just best buddies now. Square Enix, whatever you want to call them. As for the next two, I really don't know. I'd rather it be from a franchise that's already existing in the games, but that would imply that I want a whole nother Smash game altogether, which I kind of don't. I feel like Ultimate is peak. Uh-huh. Okay. Swamp, can I tell you a little secret? A few days ago, I considered playing the Spyro trilogy here on stream instead of Bonanza or Kirby because it was on sale in the eShop for like $10. But by the time I pulled out my credit card and whatnot, the sale was already over. I'm sorry you had to hear it this way, but I just felt like sharing that with you. Broken doors within his ship. Okay. What friends, though? Okay, yeah, I do need all the Gears ability. Eventually, I mean. Like I'm telling you, man, but the potential with Echo Fighters, it just feels painfully untapped. Like Shadow for Sonic, I guess, or you know what other Echo Fighter possibility is there? We got Shadow for Sonic. That's the most obvious one that comes to mind. I don't know, chat. Can you think of any Echo Fighters that really should be in this game? Because they really should. They're gonna be really easy to make. Assuming we get another Smash game eventually, which we just might, but who knows? Good to know. Yep, I missed one though, unfortunately. Wait a minute. 13 gears for the first world. That's a very interesting number to start with. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm making. You know what? I'm making a mountain out of a molehill. I'm gonna just shut up. Waluigi for Wario? Nah, I don't think that's gonna work, Swamp. I think Waluigi, if it's ever gonna happen, which I kind of don't want because I dislike Waluigi. I feel like he's just gonna be his own character, but honestly, I'm sick of just. The next obvious choice for a Mario rep is Waluigi, but I kind of want them to be a little subversive about it. And I'm not just saying that because I dislike Waluigi, but I've just seen him as an assist trophy one too many times. So... is it like a trial with the sword ability? What am I looking at here? Okay, sure, let's try it. If I just can cut ropes. Okay. Okay, you get graded based on how fast you can make it to the finish line. Okay, I can work with that. And how many coins you grab, apparently. Wait, do I get points for cutting ropes? I do. Okay. Ow. Oh my gosh, I lose points for taking damage. Okay, good to know. Good to know. And I'm bad at this. I'm so bad at this. Holy crap. Hang on, hang on. Wait, why can't I go through that? Is that it? Or... uh-huh. Wait, I get points for cutting this rope too, not? Okay, apparently not. Okay. I guess coins spawn, but not they don't always. Okay, I see what I gotta do there. I'm guessing that's the finish line? It is a very generous window, I'm not gonna lie. I'm guessing I get more points just based on my performance. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I figured. Really? Oh my gosh, I completely whiffed. I completely botched that, and I only got hit twice. Dimitri, Takumi, Hector. That's the thing though, Pixel. Byleth already uses Dimitri's weapon, so his signature weapon, so I don't know. That's the thing. You know what, Pixel? You know what? Let me put it this way. I feel like instead of Chrom as an Echo Fighter for Roy, we should have gotten Celica as an Echo Fighter for Robin. You know, instead of Elwyn, she uses Seraphim magic. She can still use Thunder and Fire magic normally. And instead of maybe having a usage limit on the tomes and the magic, she just takes a bit of damage. You know, as a reference to Echoes? Like, I don't know, man. There's definitely a lot of missed potential when it comes to the Fire Emblem characters. You know, I'll try this another time. I just want to focus on the main story. Or what little of it there is. This music is really cute, by the way. Wait, it's called The Lore? The Lore? The right wing, the left wing, the emblem, the mast. Wait, it's only 4 parts? Really? It's only 4 worlds? I was kind of hoping it'd be a little more expansive, but hey. Wait, what's over here? Oh, okay, more doors. Okay. And one that I can already open. Wait, is he wearing a... What the heck is he wearing? Is that a tome Kirby? What am I looking at here? Why is he wearing a scholarly hat? Find the magic tome with the same cover image that Magalore is picturing. Press A to jump. After last chance begins, the points will be doubled. Find as many gold magic tomes as you can. Okay. Sure, let's try it, because why not? I am so confused with all these gratuitous minigames, but hey. Oh gosh, I get opponents too? I thought it was just gonna be like a beat the record kind of thing. Okay, the AI is, at least at the very least, the AI is really dumb. Okay. You know what? I can take or leave this game. I'm not gonna lie. I love the fact that he actually hurts you when you don't find the frickin' when you give him the wrong book. I'm sorry, tome. No, he got it. Okay. Oh, he got it. Okay, fair enough. No, how do you... Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, that's fair. Kirby went to college. The Kirby's abilities to attack the student loans. You guys really cracked me up. No thanks. Okay, it's just one of those harmless minigames. I don't hate it. Kinda wish you could play it online, though. And you get tickets out of it. Or whatever that's worth. Seriously, though, back to the main story, please. Wait, this just takes me back to the... Okay, yeah. Alright, guys, we got about 15 minutes before I gotta call it. Actually, a little more than that, because I did start streaming about 10 minutes late than usual, but... Even then, guys, I'm in a bit of a hurry, because I had to be at the theater by 5. Raisin Ruins? You know what? Call it whatever you want. You're not gonna make a desert level any more interesting. I wish I had spared that guy. Are you a copy ability, or are you just a jerk? You're just a jerk, and I just wasted my sword. I can live with it. Oh, there's the sand. Okay, I need to study this, though. Hold on. After a sand wave, sand kick. Wait, do I just... Okay, any direction by the looks of it. After a sand wave, B to the side. Okay, okay. He's literally just kicking sand, though. That's kind of underwhelming. Press and hold, then release. Okay. Wait, does it actually grab enemies, though? I can't reach. He can't reach. Oh, my gosh. Doesn't reach from that angle. Oh, my gosh. It does. Sand grab, press B again to toss it. Down and B. Press and hold B, then release. Oh, the fist gets bigger. Okay. Okay. Not the most exciting ability, but I still kind of like it. Down B in midair. Oh, I was kind of hoping he turned into a sandball. Never mind. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, though. The block ability is actually really fun. During sand hide, you press B. Down, then up and B. Okay, that's actually really cute. Okay. That's so stupid, but I think it's kind of adorable. Oh, hidden door. Secret tunnel. So, or however that song went. Tails, if you're in this chat, I don't want to hear it. Do not want to hear a single word coming out of your mouth in this context. Am I making myself clear? Thank you. Why did they give Kirby a whip? I don't know. But it's really easy to misconstrue that. Even with how wholesome Kirby is. Okay, I'm not gonna lie though, it is very satisfying. Down B in midair. Okay. Dash with the B. Okay, that is very satisfying. Hold on. I kind of miss the sand ability though, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, bro, I did not need to combo him that hard. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's my new favorite ability. Hold on. Helicopter, helicopter. Oh. Oh, they were hoping I would keep the whip. Okay. I can live with that. Okay, you know what? Why am I beefing with the Scarfies? As long as I don't hurt them, they don't get ugly. Wait, aren't they just fire guys? Probably, yeah. It's not like with Nightmare and Dreamland where it's a completely separate ability. Oh, that's so cute! The Waddle Dee's riding them. Too bad I gotta kill him, though. Okay, they want me to drop it now. Yeah, I remember how these things go. Wait for it. I love the fact that Kirby can just crouch while he's in the cannon to hide from the camera. Okay, there's a gear. I'm guessing the first one. Okay, it is the first one, so I haven't missed any. What are my hosts for TS5? Wait, what's TS5? Oh, oops. These pigs are annoying, man. You know, suddenly I'm craving bacon. You wanna know why? Rhetorical question, it's pretty obvious. Oh my gosh, well, I hate the fact that the enemies keep respawning. Just cause I leave the you know what I mean. I don't know how to phrase it. Got another ticket. Oh, Toy Story 5. Oh. Don't call me a silly goose, you silly goose. You silly duck. Okay, I'm guessing I have to run. Da 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 da. Like, I don't know, Swamp. Like, that's the thing. The only reason it interests me is just because of the premise. Oh, iPad kid, basically. Bonnie is an iPad kid. How are the toys gonna deal with that? Other than that, though, I really don't know how the storyline is supposed to go, but it seems like the reception is mostly positive. But then again, it was mostly positive for Toy Story 4, so should I really hold my head high? Like, as a standalone film, it might be good, but in terms of the continuity of the franchise, I'm probably gonna hate it as much as 4. That's all I'm really gonna say. Tails, if you're having questions, good. Let's keep it that way. Ready? Aw, man, I wanted to kill them myself. That sounds kind of harsh out of context, but screw it. Whoa, 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 hold on. Yeesh, man. Okay, I'm willing to bet there's a gear somewhere along this path, but I could be wrong. Excuse me. No, nothing. Alright. I mean, Tails, they're more or less already in chronological order. You don't really need a timeline. If the movie is good, you know what? Less the younger generations and more so the adults that bring them to these movies. Seriously, y'all have no idea how many of my aunts and uncles just really let their kids be addicted to tablets, and not in a good way. In a way where I'm like, really? This is how you want to raise your kid? Like, at least for one of them, you might get a pass because the kid is on the spectrum, but with most of the other ones, like, what are we doing, man? No comment. No comment. Alright, just give me the boss. I know you're there. No, hey, it's Bunkers. Does he still throw coconuts at me? He does. Okay. Just like in the old days. Oh my gosh, that's new. Ow. I'm guessing they want me to use this. Dare I say it? It's hammer time. Okay, I will say this though, growing up, the fire swing, yeah, still iconic. At least to me, just because it did so much damage back in the day. Okay, I got all of them. Nice. You know, let me see what else there is with the hammer. Uh-huh. Press and hold, then release. Ah, okay, it just swings 3 times. Uh-huh. Move while charging. Dash and Y. Wait, he throws it? Oh, okay. That's new, but it got rid of the ability. So, alright, sure. Yo, I'm just getting ones after ones after ones. I am so good at this game. Totally. It's not like easy. It's something a 5-year-old could figure out. Me being the 5-year-old in question, that is. Back in the day. But alright, guys. Like I said... Okay, sure, man. I really don't care about these copy ability rooms, if I'm being honest. I think that's a good place to call it, though, guys. Just cause, like I said, the sooner I can head to the theater, the better. Cause screening's at 5 o'clock. I gotta get through traffic. I gotta freshen up a little. I gotta have lunch. I gotta do a lot of things. So, I think we're gonna call it here, guys. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. As always, if your heart so desires. Why am I saying this in a British accent? I don't know. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, and I'll see you guys. Yeah, as usual, probably next weekend. And well, y'all already know. You're welcome to reach out to me anytime you need to in the Discord and whatnot. So with that being said, guys, once again, MC by sending out. And no, Swamp, I have not seen Spider Noir yet. Once again, MC by sending out. Take care, guys. Bye.